Hey, everybody, and welcome back to The Plot Genie. Have you ever had a book ruin your sleep because you had to read just one more chapter and then bam, that plot twist hits and you're wide awake at 2 a.m. screaming into your pillow? Yeah, that's the magic of a good plot twist. In today's video, I am going to walk you through my plot twist formula, the one I use in all of my bingeable books to keep readers obsessed, shocked, and desperate to know what happens next. This formula works no matter what genre you're writing, whether it's romance, mystery, fantasy, and everything in between. So let's go. Okay, what actually makes a good plot twist? We have to clear something up. A twist isn't just a surprise, okay? A great plot twist is inevitable in hindsight, but unexpected in the moment. It doesn't come out of nowhere, but it still stuns your reader. And it should either raise the stakes, shift the emotional dynamic, or reveal a secret that changes the entire story. The goal is not to trick your reader, it's to reward their attention with a twist that feels both shocking and also satisfying. So, how do you actually pull this off? Let's break down the formula. So, here is a four-step plot twist formula that keeps readers hooked until the last page. Number one, set the trap early. This is the setup. You drop a piece of information, a pattern, or a character trait that it seems minor, but it's actually a breadcrumb. In romance, maybe the grumpy hero says he never dates coworkers, or in a mystery, maybe there's a locked room of no importance, or in a fantasy, a prophecy that no one takes seriously. That small detail, it's actually the seed for your twist. And here's a quick tip. This works best if the setup happens in Act 1, potentially very early in Act 2, but I like Act 1. I like to do it in Act 1. So, the second part of the formula, create a false expectation. Now, your job is to steer the reader's attention somewhere else. So, distract them. Use red herrings, use emotional tension, make them so invested in the wrong thing that they never see the twist coming. So, examples, the reader thinks the best friend is the villain, the heroine believes the hero betrayed her, and the treasure that everyone is chasing, it's actually a decoy. This is misdirection, but it has to make logical sense once the twist is revealed. Okay, third step, drop the twist at maximum tension. Okay, don't drop your twist when things are calm. Drop it when the stakes are high. So, right when, the hero confesses his love or the villain thinks that they've won, the reader thinks they figured everything out. Boom, that's when you pull the rug. This ensures the emotional impact lands hard. So, for example, in romance, I'm writing the second book in my soccer romance, and the big buildup is to this big charity gala that the heroine has been really working her butt off. And the hero, who was basically assigned to work this like to kind of help her organize and plan this as part of his punishment. So she's dating his teammate, okay? And the guy is really, really nice. The boyfriend is really, really nice, but he's constantly blowing her off because his goal is to make the national team. And so he kind of has to kiss ass to sponsors, potential scouts, that sort of thing. And so he's constantly blowing her off. And so we get the night of the gala, right? And he, of course, calls and says, "Hey, I can't make it." And she's just done. So she breaks up with him. So this breakup is something I utilized actually as a red herring because the hero's going to come, they're going to kiss, right? And what the readers don't actually know is that the black moment is going to happen after, the intimate scene, they're finally together. Well, at the gala, when they kissed, pictures were taken. that's going to leak everywhere. And the reputation that the hero was trying to fix, as well as, the great foundation gala that the heroine just worked her ass off for, is completely ruined because these pictures leaked. So that is kind of like a plot twist in a romance, right? Like everyone, or I want the readers focused on the breakup, the characters kissing, even, the steamy scene when bam, I'm going to be like, "Oh, just you thought it was going to be easy from here on out." No, just kidding, right? Okay. I hope that that helps or makes sense. So the last part, the fourth part, is the twist fallout, right? Make it matter. A twist isn't just a moment. It has to have consequences, right? So for example, the one I just showed you, there are huge devastating consequences. It should force a choice, it should shift a relationship, or blow open a secret that changes everything. This is where most plot twists fall flat. They don't actually matter past the shock value, right? But if yours changes the course of the story, it becomes unforgettable. So let me give you some more examples from popular genres. So in romance, you think it's a fake marriage story until the twist, well, they were married before and their memories were wiped, or something like that. In mystery, you think the killer is the ex-boyfriend, but the twist, it's actually the victim's sister trying to cover her tracks. And in fantasy, well, that villain that everyone feared, he's actually trying to stop a worse threat, and your heroine just killed him. In my fantasy, I actually set up something. The fourth book is releasing in November. I don't think I have any readers who are, whatever. But without going into too much detail, the way that I set it up is that okay. So she was in love with one guy who hated her, and the best friend, the guy friend, was in love with her. And the two fight, and the guy she's in love with actually kills the best friend, okay? The best friend who happens to be the chosen one. And so he runs off, the guy she's in love with runs off, and basically everyone thinks that he's a traitor. She has been ridiculed for being in love with him. People are upset that now the chosen one is killed, and why couldn't she just return the chosen one's, feelings that it would have saved the entire city, blah, 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 blah. Okay, like three books in, we find out, well, actually, the the chosen one was actually a bad guy. And he killed the chosen one because of what the chosen one did to his sister. And so it's this huge twist that I've sort of slowly plotted out. I knew this kind of going in, even though this is going to be a 5 book series. I knew that this was one of the twists that I wanted the chosen one to be bad, and I wanted, the traitor guy to be, evil, or not evil, but there was a reason behind it. Okay. So things like that, those are plot twists, or examples of plot twists, obviously. So, do you see how these examples have hit on all 4 steps? There's an early seed, a false expectation, dropped at peak tension, and fallout that completely changes the trajectory of the story. That is the magic formula. It's not as complicated as people make plot twists out to be. So, if you want to level it up, add a minor twist right before the major plot twist. So, like I mentioned with that soccer series, she just broke up with the boyfriend. Then they kiss. These are little twists that might, like you're not quite expecting them, but you can kind of see they lead up to it. That way, your reader's going to be so focused on that, and they're not going to expect anything else right afterwards. But then you're hitting them again, right? It's like a 1-2 punch, and it keeps your story bingeable. So plot twists don't have to be complicated. They just need to be earned. So here's the formula just in case so you can write it down. Seed early, distract smartly, drop at the peak, and let the fallout change everything. If you've used a plot twist that you're proud of, drop it in the comments. I love hearing how writers flip expectations. And please Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are interested in more craft information, I do have a Kickstarter. It is wrapping up its final days. I would love for you to back it. It's basically plotting your series in a weekend as well as the 3 draft method that will save you hours. I will leave a link in the description below. So keep writing, keep twisting, and keep those readers up way past bedtime. I will talk to you in the next video. Take care.